Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discussing the another one more interesting topic in Python, that is nothing but control statements. Control statements in Python. Under that control statements, we are going to concentrating on the conditional statements. Means suppose if you are going to considering the control statements, what it will do, the control statement means our program is going to be controlled by some of the requirements. Based on that requirements, our program is going to be controlled. Under that control statements, we are going to having the three types of control statements. These will be the conditional statements, loops, and transfer statements. Here we are going to concentrating on the conditional statements on this particular video. Conditional statements is nothing but here we are going to taking the some condition. If the condition is going to be satisfying, it is going to be executing the some group of statements. Whenever this condition becomes false, it is going to be executing the another group of statements. Means whether the condition may be satisfied or whether the condition may not be satisfied. Based on that one, we are going to working here. Okay, whenever we are going to considering this conditional statements, again it is divided into 5 types. Simple if statement, if else statement, if elif statement, not if else, if elif statement, multiple if statement, and nested if statement. Now we will see one by one. First of all, we are going to concentrating on the simple if statement. Simple if statement is nothing but it is going to be having the some particular condition. When that condition is true, it is going to be executing the some block of statements. After completion of that one, it is going to be executing the remaining statements. Suppose if the condition is false, whatever the statements is followed by the program, it is going to be executing. See here, whatever the condition we are going to specify here, if the condition is true, it is going to be executing this group of statements. Afterwards, it is coming to here and it is joining here. If the condition is false, straight away, without executing this block of statements, it is going to be coming to the next statement. This is the syntax of that particular one. Here, syntax is nothing but a particular grammar. Means so suppose if you are going to learning the other general languages, it may be English, Telugu, Sanskrit, Hindi or something. It is having the some grammar. Based on that one, based on that particular grammar, we are going to writing the essays or something. Even here also, for any particular language, it is going to be having its own grammar. That one in computer programming languages, we are going to specify as the syntax. What is the syntax of that particular if statement? Simple if statement. It is going to be having the keyword if followed by particular condition. After that one, colon we have to specify, and how many statements you want, you can write it here. But all the statements should be indented with the same equivalent space at the beginning of the line. Means these are all, means this group of statements are indented. Because of this, how many statements are appearing on this particular block, with based on this indentation, it is going to be identifying. Okay, here we will take the one program by using this one, by using the simple if statement. That program number will be the T20 we are going to considering. We are going to opening on that particular file. It will be available in the class 5 directory. Under that root directory, under the root directory YouTube, under that YouTube Python, under that Python class 5. Here we are going to selecting the t10.py. Already we specified that Python files is having the extension name as .py. Here this program is going to be specifying what type of functionality it is going to be specifying. I am going to writing in the comments place. It is going to be displaying the absolute value of the given number. Means whatever the number we are going to giving, that number may be that number will be the integer. It may be positive or it may be negative, but it is going to be displaying it is going to be printing the absolute value of that particular number. Absolute value is nothing but a positive of that particular number. See here, we are going to accepting a number, integer number, by using the input function. But the input function is going to be written the string value. That string value I am going to converting into the integer based on the int function, and it is going to be storing into the a variable. If a is less than 0, means less than 0 means automatically we are identifying that that value will be the negative number. At the time a is going to be multiplying with the -1, and the final value is going to be storing into the a. Suppose if a is greater than 0, at that time we are not performing anything. Directly we are going to printing the a value. Means here if it is going to be less than the 0 only, we are going to performing some operation. That operation is nothing but that value is going to be multiplying with the -1, and that value is going to be storing into the same variable. It is going to be printing like this. See here, we are going to executing this particular program. Excuse me. Here we are going to giving the positive number 12. We are going to giving absolute value of the given number will be the 12. Suppose if I am going to giving the negative value, at that time what it will do? Second time I am going to running on this particular program. Here -20 I am going to giving absolute value of that particular number will be the 20 plus 20. Like this we are going to writing the particular program. Okay, next one, if else statement. If else statement is nothing but here whatever the condition we are going to specifying, if the condition satisfies, at the time it is going to be executing some group of statements. If the condition not satisfied, it is going to be executing the another group of statements. After completion of that one, whatever the statements will be available, it is going to be executing. See here, whatever the condition we are going to specify, if it is satisfied, it will be the true. Because of this statement is going to be executing. If this condition false, means not satisfied, it is going to be executing this group of statements. Afterwards, whatever the statements will be followed, it is going to be executing. Even here also, whatever the statements on this true part as well as the false part, it should be the indented. It should be the indented. Syntax will be the if condition colon statement. Means whenever this condition is true, it is going to be executing this statement 1. If the condition false, at that time it is going to be coming to the else part. Else colon, else is a keyword, colon, it is going to be executing the statement of 2. Now we will consider the another one more program. Here the program number will be the T11. We are going to opening on that particular file. particular file we are going to opening. T11. Here what it will do means what is the functionality it is going to be performing here. We are going to specify within comments based on the number. If the number will be the even number or odd number, we are able to identify, and it is going to be printing relevant information. Means suppose if I am going to passing the value as 10, means 10 is an even number, it should print the even number. If I am going to passing the value of 9, at that time this one will be the odd number, it should print the odd number. How it is going to be identifying? Suppose if it is divisible by 2, at the time we are able to identify that one will be the even number. If it is not divisible, means if it is going to be divisible, but the remainder value will be the 1. At the time we are able to identify that the given number will be the odd number. See here, we are going to checking the means we are going to taking the integer number, and it is going to be converted to the int, and it is going to be storing into the n variable. This is nothing but accepting a number. That number will be in the form of a string. It is going to be accepting. It is converted to the integer, and it will be assigned to the n variable. N modulus 2. Modulus function is going to be specifying that modulus operation. It is going to be divided by the particular specified number. Why it is going to be accepting the remainder value. Means n is going to be divisible by 2, and whatever the remainder we are going to getting, if it is equal to 0 and it is indented, this statement is going to be executing. Suppose if the condition is false, means it is not equal to 0, at that time it is going to be coming to the else part. Even here also that statement is indented, this statement is going to be executing. See here, we are going to running on this particular program. Here it is going to be asking enter your number. Here I am going to specify the 23, and the given number is odd number. 23 will be the odd number. And another one more time I am going to executing the same program. Now I am going to specify the integer value. Means 20 I am going to give in. 20 will be the even number. Like this it is going to be identifying, and it is going to be executing that particular relevant group of statements based on the condition. Here, next thing we are going to considering, if, elif, not else, elif and else statement. Means here, whatever the condition we are going to specifying, if the condition is true, it is going to be executing in the some group of statements. Whenever that condition is false, on that else part, it is going to be having the another one more if else statement. Like this, we are going to writing the particular statement. See here, first of all, it is going to be checking this condition. If the condition is satisfied, it is coming here, whatever the statements is there, it is going to be executing. If the condition is not satisfied, means it is will be the false, it is coming here. Another one more condition is going to be checking. If the condition satisfies, it is coming and it is going to be executing these statements. If the condition is false, again, here it may have the another one more if else statement. Otherwise, simply it is going to be having the else part of this particular one. Okay, how to write this particular syntax? First of all, we will see if this condition is true, it is going to be executing this statement. Already again, these statements are indented. Here on this else part, again we are going to having the one more if statement. Because of this, instead of writing else and if, we are going to using the keyword elif. Elif followed by the condition, colon, and statements is going to be executing. Means if this condition is true, it is going to be executing the statement 2. Again, if this condition is false, it is coming to here. Here on this else part, again it is going to be having the one more if else statement. Because of this elif keyword, I am going to using one more condition. I am going to writing. If this condition satisfies, it is going to be executing the statement 3. Means the totally these 3 conditions are not satisfied. At that time, it will come to the else part, and the statement 4 is going to be executing. Okay, now we'll see the one program based on the if, elif, else statement. Here, this syntax, sorry, T12 program, we have to see that particular one. We are going to opening T12. T12 we are going to opening. Here, what functionality it is going to be specifying, it is going to be executing. We have already specified within comments space. Here, it is going to be accepting the age. If age is greater than 57, at the time we are going to printing the senior citizen value. Senior citizen means that person will be the senior citizen. If the age is in between 25 to 57, at the time he will be the working citizen. Suppose if the age will be the in between 16 to 25, at the time he will be the college student. If the age in between 4 to 16, he will be the school kid. If the age is in between 1 to 4, he is going to be playing kid. If age is less than 1 year, at the time it is going to be printing the invalid age. This is the functionality it is going to be specifying. Okay, here first of all we are going to executing this particular program. Enter your age, it is going to be asking. Here I am going to specifying that 65. 65 is greater than 57. Because of this, immediately it is going to be printing that he will be the senior citizen. And the second one, when it will be considering as a working citizen, means here on this elif part, if it is coming here, it is not greater than 57, then only it will come here. Because of this, it is less than 57. And here I am going to specify the another one more condition. Age is greater than 25. Because of this, if it is going to be executing this particular statement, means the age will be the in between 25 and 57. At that time, it will be prints the working citizen. See here, we are going to executing this particular program. Here I am going to specify as the 30. 30 will be the working citizen. Again, whenever it is less than 25, it will come to this particular elif block. Here we are going to checking the age is greater than 16 or not. Means if it is satisfying age is greater than 16, at the time he will be in between 16 and 25. At the time he will be the college student. See here, we are going to specify the 20. Age will be the 20. At the time he will be the college student. Again, if he is less than the 16, then it will come to this elif statement. Age is greater than 4. Means if this condition is true, he will be in between the 4 to 16. At the time, he will be the school kid. Now we are going to executing this particular program. At that time, we are going to giving the 15. 15 will be the school kid. Similarly, if this condition is means age is less than 4, at that time it will come to this elif part, and age is greater than 1 or not, it is going to be checking. Suppose if this condition is satisfied, his age will be in between 1 to 4. At that time, he is going to be printing that he will be the school playing kid. See, 3 I am going to specify, he will be the playing kid. Suppose if I am going to giving a other than 1 to other numbers, once 1 to 100 or something, it is going to be printing some value. If I am going to giving the less than the 1 number, at the time what it will do? Means suppose here I am going to specifying the 0 age. At the time it will be the invalid age. Again I am going to executing, and I am going to giving the negative value. Negative value. Again it will also will be the invalid age. Like this we are going to writing the program by using the if, elif, else statement. Okay, next multiple if statements. Multiple if statements is going to be having the more than one condition. All the conditions should be checked. Based on that one, it is going to be performing the relevant task. Here the syntax will be if condition. If this condition is true, it is going to be executing statement 1. If this condition may be true or false, whatever it is, again it is coming to this statement. Again here it is going to be checking the another one more condition, and based on this condition, means at that time this condition should not be considered, and based on this condition true, if it is going to be specifying it is going to be executing the statement 2. Even after completion of that one, another one more condition is going to be checking, and statement 3 is going to be executing. Means here all the options is going to be checking. Based on that one, it is going to be performing the some particular task. Here we are going to take in the some one program. Here accepting the employee's salary, department and experience. Totally 3 values we are going to considering: salary, department, which department he belongs, and experience, how much experience he is having. If the salary is greater than 50,000, give the increment will be the 10,000. Means irrespective of department and irrespective of experience, if the salary will be the greater than 50,000, he will get the increment as 10,000. And along with that one, if the department is IT, give increment will be the 5,000. Here, whatever the salary he is having, we are not at all considering. Simply we are going to checking the another one more condition. If the department will be the IT, at the time whoever is having the department on that particular IT department, they are going to getting the 5,000 value will be the increment. And if the experience is greater than 20 years, they are going to getting the increment will be the 10% of old salary. Irrespective of salary, irrespective of department, here it is going to be checking the experience of that particular employee. If he is having the more than 20 years of experience, whatever the salary he is going to be getting, on that particular one, 10% increment is going to be counted. Totally these 3 conditions it is going to be specifying, and how much increment he is going to be having, and what is the salary after the increment it is going to be printing. Now we will see the program. Now we are going to opening on that particular program T13. See here, salary I'm going to considering. Salary I'm going to accepting from the user, and it will be return the string, and I'm going to converting into integer, and after converting the integer I'm going to storing into a variable sal. Department, it will be the string type. Because of this input function I'm going to using, I'm not specifying any particular thing, and it will be stored into the DEPT variable. And experience we are going to considering. This experience also I am going to specify the integer value. Because of this converting into integer, and it is going to be storing into exp variable. And after that one, increment 1 and increment 2, increment 3, all the increments will be the 0. Means increment 1 will be the based on the salary, based on the salary. Increment 2 based on the department. Increment 3 based on the experience we are going to calculating. First of all, we are going to initializing all the three variables will be 0. If salary is greater than 50,000, increment 1 equal to 10,000. After that one, print increment 10,000 added to the basic salary. Whatever that basic salary is there for that particular one, it is going to be adding 10,000. And the next one more condition I am going to checking. If department equal to IT, at the time increment 2 will be the 5,000. 5,000 will be added to the salary. And again we are going to checking the another one more condition. Here we are going to taking the experience. Experience is greater than 20. At the time increment 3 will be salary into 0.10. Means 10% we are going to calculating, and we are going to adding this increment value. Total now salary equal to salary plus increment 1 plus increment 2 plus increment 3. Like this we are going to getting, and we are going to printing the new salary. See here, first time I am going to running, and employee salary will be the 60,000. 60,000. And department I am not specifying the IT, and I am going to specifying the finance. And experience, he is going to be having the 15 years of experience. Because of this he is not belongs to the IT, and his experience is not greater than 20. Because of this increment 2 and increment 3 is not allowing for him. Only increment 1 is going to be allowing, and that one will be added to this one, and it is going to be printing the new salary will be the 70,000. And the second time I am going to running this particular program. Now salary will be the 60,000, and department will be the IT, and experience will be the only 10 years. At the time, how much increment he is going to be getting? 10,000 he got it, and along with that one 500 he got it. His salary will be the new salary will be the 75,000. Next one I am going to specifying the three conditions is true. 60,000, and the department will be the IT, and age will be the 23. Now totally he secured the new salary will be the 81,000. Like this we are going to calculating the employee salary. This is multiple if statements. And nested if statements. Nested if statements is nothing but first of all we are going to checking the one condition. If the condition is satisfied on that true block, it is going to be having the one more if else statement. And if the condition false, it will come to the else block. On that else block also, it is going to be having the one more if else statement. Like this, it is going to be having. See here, if this condition is true, it is coming here and it is going to be executing the having the one more if condition. And if this condition becomes a false, it will come to the else part. And on this else part, again, it is going to be having the if else statement. Here we are going to taking the one more example program. Now we are going to considering the P14 program. P14. Okay, what is the functionality it is going to be performing? Here it is going to be accepting the three numbers. Out of that three numbers, which one will be the maximum value we have to identify. First of all, first two numbers is going to be checking if A is greater than B. If the condition is satisfied, A will be the highest value. Because of this, based on that one, another one more condition is going to be checking if A is greater than C. If both conditions are becomes true, at the time max equal to A. If the first condition is true and the second condition is false, max will be the C. Suppose if A is not greater than B, means A is greater than B, else part it is going to be coming here. B will be the maximum value. With that one, we are going to checking the third one. Like this, we are going to writing here. See, A is going to be integer value, B also integer value, C also integer value. If A is greater than B, if this condition becomes true, on this particular two variables, A will be the maximum value. With that one, we are going to checking the third one. This condition also true, max equal to A. If this condition becomes false, max equal to C. If this condition false, else part is going to be executing. Here again, we are going to checking if B is greater than C, max equal to B. If this condition for false, max equal to C. Here max of A comma B comma and C, it is going to be printing the maximum value. See here, we are going to executing this particular program. Here first number I am going to specifying as the 6. Second number I am going to specifying as 3. And the third number I am going to specifying as 9. Now on this max of 6 comma 3 and 9 will be the 9. It is going to be printing the highest value from that particular group of 3 values. Like this, we are going to executing. Totally, these are all the conditional statements available in Python. Already this material also is going to be sharing with this YouTube link. And if you like this video, like it, share it to your friends and subscribe the channel for future videos. Okay, thank you.